So, Judy with week 4, and we are going to tiptoe through the tulips. What a happy thought. I think there's a chance I can handle this particular pattern. We shall see. But I did have a good time selecting my fabric. If you recall, I'm going with using an assortment of my scraps, and for this though, I needed to be a little more conscious of what the pattern was looking for. So I opted to go with an orange tulip that will be highlighted by this yellow, well, it looks like a batik perhaps. And then these are my greens for the leaf and stem. And then of course the white. So I think that will be a pretty tulip. Notice I stayed pretty close to the coloration represented by their pattern. I thought that might help me along the way, since I need some good spirits right now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these 4 squares along with my white, or these 4 fabrics, I'm sorry, along with my white, make the cuts that I need, and be back with the layout of my tulip. See you in a bit. Okay, I have everything cut out and I have assembled the top section. We're doing this in segments again. And I've double checked. I have completed yellow squares with pointed triangles joining, a completed square, a pointed triangle. So I think so far, so good. My next step will be to sew these in pairs and then sew them together so I have one strip of petals that I can then add. Let me see, let me make certain. And then I will add these 4 together, put the top on, and then the sides. I think I'm interpreting it the right way. So this is what I'm going to be putting together now. Hopefully it won't take me too long, and I will be right back. I am back. Okay. The blossom is sewn together. I did take out a couple where my points weren't quite as true as I thought I could make them. They are not perfect, but I think they're okay. So messed with the points enough. And I tried doing it Cindy's way. If you recall, if you've been watching her videos, at some point she suggested sewing half-point triangles from the pointed side so you could see whether or not you're getting the points correctly. I tried that and it didn't help. I'm not seeing what I need to be seeing. So, but anyway, it's come together and I'm satisfied. I added the other 3 rows, having failed to do my flying geese on this. So that meant I got to take it apart and do it, which then suggested to me I go ahead and do all my flying geese, because I'm a visual person, and even though I might read it, it doesn't always register. So while I was thinking flying geese, I did flying geese. Did not trim them the 1/4 inch until I laid them down and made certain that I had them going in the correct direction and it was okay to trim. So that is where I am. My next step is to put my leaves together, add C as in cat to the end of them. And add, which one? This is D, the 2 Ds to each grouping. And then I will add each to the stem from either side, and I would then be ready to put in my final piece. No, these are going to be added at this time. So all of this will be a unit and then added to the stem. I do not have anywhere in this my other common denominator, you notice. I am toying with putting a little strip of it down here into this final piece of, let me see, that would be the D, the 2 Ds at the very bottom. I'm going to think about that while I assemble the leaves and get that all ready, but I may put just a strip of my black down here just to be consistent, and after all, it is in soil. That's my rationale. So there you are. On to the next step. Okay, here we are. I did decide to put some dirt down here. I barely make the 10.5 inches. So I don't know if my 1/4 inch guide is a little snug or just what, but I'm going to watch it in the future. But this is the finished thing. I do make it to 10.5, a hair under maybe, but this is it. This is my tulip. I have tiptoed, and I sort of like, well, let's straighten him up. That will look better if he's straight. So there we are. Block number 4, he will be added to my design wall, and we'll see what comes next. Hope it's no smaller than 1.5 inches. Those were tiny. But anyway, hope you're having fun and enjoying your progress through the design challenge. See you next week. Bye now.